Hey Metal Maniacs, this is Dylan Hanger of Antagonism, and you are freshening it up on Softee's Metal Meltdown from Metal Messier Radio.
Alrighty, here we go, Metal Maniacs. Please help me welcome to Metal Messiah Radio from French Thrashers Antagonism. Joining us, we have Dylan Hunger, lead vocalist and guitarist, here to talk about the band's debut offering, World on Disease, as well as all the latest news concerning antagonism. Welcome to the Metal Meltdown, Dylan. Thank you for taking the time to be here. Thank you for this opportunity.
Hey, how are you? Yeah, it's not a problem. I'm really proud to talk to you today,
Thank you very much.
and I hope everything's alright in America, like in France, because in France that's good. Everything's
Yes,
alright.
things are okay, but we still got that problem with the COVID. So that leads me to ask you, how have you been out there during the COVID-19? I know that this pandemic's been pretty bad of late, and I know it was bad in France in the beginning, like last, let's say, March or so. It was just as bad there as it was here in America. So how have you been out there dealing with this COVID?
Yes, we have the mask, and we put the mask on for a year now, and we had the first lockdown. So in March, and with antagonism, we were really lucky with this lockdown because we made a quick tour of 4 dates. We had 4 dates, and just the fourth was deleted because the bands were too afraid because of the COVID. So we were really afraid by the medias on the first lockdown, and it was really strict and really hard for the economy. So everything opened up for the summer. So during the summer, everything was all right. The COVID didn't existed, except that we had the mask and the hydroalcoholic lotion. But we got in a lockdown again, not so far, like 1 month
Right,
ago, and it wasn't like before. I mean that people came out and didn't stay at home like in the first lockdown, because in the first everybody
right.
was at home, no one moved, and then at the second everybody was outside uh to work or to move just to enjoy the fresh air. And yeah, actually we're not so stressed, so that's really cool. Actually, that's really cool, even if I think the government want to have security by making laws for the management of the crisis. But I think it's just for the security. We don't have cops who control everybody. It's not like that. It's like they wrote something, but it's not on the
Right.
way.
Well, we have a similar situation here in America, but the problem is that this COVID is rising again, worse than it was the first time. But they are developing these vaccines, so hopefully COVID will be a thing of the past really soon. That's what we hope for anyway. So
Yeah.
let's get back to antagonism. I have checked out your debut offering, the self released World on Disease, a really kick ass thrash offering, very old school thrash, and I love it. And I'm interested to know more about this. What was the process like for you as far as the creation of your tunes? Who was responsible for writing the music and for writing the lyrics for the antagonism songs?
Yeah, sure. I'm really proud to answer this question because some many things have moved since the album's creation. Because in the album's creation, we were just like uh, playing on old school material like Marshall, Jackson guitar for me, or my drummer will have a huge in classic sounds. Also, if he's a fan of groove and death metal, and today is not the same, but before everybody wrote something, and sometimes someone go on Real and then said, "Hey, I got a song," and so the whole song was already written. And sometimes we just, you know, patched the song by everything we had. So it's co-working. Everyone put something on, and we work together for the songs creation, the lyrics creation. Even if I wrote, like I said before, whole songs, but we write together, and even for the cover, the album cover, we made it together by made the ideas and to find someone to record the album too. So everything is made by the whole band. No one is no
Wow, that's
working.
pretty good. So teamwork. You all did it together. That's excellent.
Yeah, yeah, that's a really, really luck because today it's hard to find, members who work together, who make a huge co-working, and that's really thankful. I'm really
Yeah,
happy
that's
of
how
it.
it should be. Excellent. Congratulations on that. And would you be kind enough to inform the listeners on who currently makes up the rest of the Antagonism band? Who are the members of the band?
Okay, so the other members are Raphaël. I don't know how to say it in American, but Raphaël
Perfect.
in French,
Perfect.
and he's the drummer. He's the first drummer we had and the last because we didn't change the drummer. Renan, or Renan in French, who's the bass player. So we had a first bass player, Kevin, because in fact Renan and Raphael decided to make a band, but Renan was in studies, so he stopped to play bass and make his studies. And then when Kevin left the band because we had more ambitious stuff to do, I say to Raph, hey, ask to Renan if he don't want to take the bass again. So he said no, he play guitar, etc. Then he asked to Renan, and Renan said, "Yeah, I can." So he was back on the band, and Félix, the last member, the guitarist, actually he worked a lot on the intelligent way of composing our music. I mean, he's on music studies and he works a lot for it. So all the I don't know what we can say, the the theory, you have all the theory we need to have a heavier or a more mm, a more technical thrash. Not technical like Vector, but with more chords, progression,
More
stuff like that.
aggressiveness, too.
Yes, and that's the cause why I said before that we don't compose the same way as before because actually Felix knows a lot of things than before, more things. Our drummer is sound engineer. He can design our sounds globally and make a thing like with nice harmonies, a nice band sound in general. And Renault have a big, 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 not dick, but you have a big sound, really big sound. And yeah, his amp is really loud. So the new antagonism will be back after the lockdowns will be heavier than before, and I personally can't
And
wait it.
I'm looking forward to that, too. So we can be back here to talk about the new offering from Antagonism. But thanks for talking about the band, and let's learn more about the making of World on Disease. Now, this was released just before the pandemic hit us, so you were able to make this album before the pandemic. Thank goodness to that. And did you all self-produce, mix, and master this offering?
No,
Okay,
not at all. It was on the studio, the studio Art Music in Cannes. Not in Cannes. It was in Nice before, but it's in Draguignan. It's near Tunis, and it's a pro studio. So all the recording and mastering was made by this studio. It's Coiler Studio who made the
very
mastering.
nice, very good job. Definitely, I love
Yeah.
the old school thrash feel, and you definitely have it within your band. And you said you designed the cover art. The entire band has something to do with that. That's very very interesting.
Yep. And I recommend you to check out the artworks because it's CD design art covers. It's his name on Instagram or Facebook. We designed the cover, and he also made the Riot City album cover and other new wave of old school heavy metal bands. So I love his work
Right, right,
personally.
good stuff. And also, did the band create their own logo, or who designed the band's logo?
So the base logo was from. Uh, it's hard to explain because Felix wanted to make his logo for first, but he's from a death metal school, so you have death metal's logo, and we wasn't fan of it. I was more like I want a traditional thrash metal logo, so I wrote many logos. He wrote many logos, and then it's the girlfriend of Raphaël who designed the logo and preciously, and then we made a mix between what would Felix and what I would, and then we have this logo we changed before the album. Um, I mean, we made the logo for the EP and changed it for
I
the
understand.
album.
Okay, cool, very cool. Now, due to this COVID, and I hope this is the case, have you been able to focus on new music for Antagonism? Have you been in the writing process, or even getting ready to record for the next Antagonism album?
Yep, always on this base of co-working. The band have made a lot of songs were on the way. So I think everybody is working something. I mean, Felix is working really hard on new harmonies, etc. And personally, I work a lot on my sound. And the actual job of Antagonism is to work on the sound. I'm creating my own pedal board to have I mean, the loudest sound I can have on my Marshall. I already modified my amp, my guitars, so I have to work on my pedal board. So yeah, actually we work. I work a lot personally. Next to Antagonism, I mean, I work jazz, I work soul and funk to have this way of creation, like Felix. So yeah, we work a lot, not for antagonism, but for things we can use on
I understand
antagonism.
that. That's good. That's cool. So, do you have like a game plan of when you think the follow up to World on Disease will be out there? When do you plan on having the next Antagonism album out there?
What we plan for the next antagonism? Yeah, I think we planned something that we're not ready to listen to.
Oh, really? Really?
actually, actually, that's the goal.
Oh, really?
But yeah, because um, my sound is not already finished. The songs are not already finished too, but we just know something. We won't go back to the studio before having a solid and strong album on our hands.
That's understandable.
So
I can respect that. Yeah, of course.
thanks,
Y-
thanks, because it's not very
I
easy.
understand you want to get the sound the way you want it to get, and you're not going to start recording it until you get what you want to get out of your music. So I respect that. Better than just get out there and release a new album and not have it the way that you want it to be. So better to wait it out, get that sound the way you want, work on that, and then when you're ready to record, you record. That makes
Yes,
that makes total
exactly.
sense. And is there a plan in the near future for touring support of World on Disease in 2021? Like, what are your thoughts on the future of performing for you in the band with this pandemic hopefully winding down? Do you have any plans?
Yeah. we have plans, and we discuss of the plans every outro we make with the drummer, because actually the drummer booked a lot of things. I mean, 99% of what we did was by Raphaël, but the best plan he have, and we have to, we agree with him, is to make a tour support for big band. I mean, fuck, if we could follow Havoc for a tour, it would be
Oh yeah.
awesome. I mean, we, we could make more, because Havoc bring a lot of people, and our music tastes are the same as Havoc does. So that's the best plan. But the other plan is to be the first band to play on each town and each bars in France. We already played, because it's been a while that people didn't see any concerts. So the first concert people will be able to see, they will go to the concert. So, if a small band play, the people don't matter, they just
Let's hope.
go. So if we can, be this
Yeah.
band,
Let's hope that this happens because you have to be real safe with this COVID. But I do hear there are some small shows going on with the social distancing and the mask and all that. But I can't wait for these big festivals that are going to happen in the summertime. I hope that all this is able to go on without having to be canceled again. So hopefully, like I say, by the summertime, let's see COVID disappear. That is what we all want to happen.
yes, we want the vaccines, and we want we really need the vaccines, because if we got it, I think that a lot of things will be unlocked.
Let's hope. Yeah, let's
I
hope that
think.
this all goes in the right direction and we don't go backwards again. And I also want to talk about merch. I want to know what you have available for merch and where the fans of Antagonism can get the merch. I'm going to give some links. I have your Facebook, which is facebook.com/ antagonism thrash. Also, you have your Instagram.
Yep.
Also, is instagram.com antagonism thrash. And I also noticed you have a Spotify account, and you have your, I guess it's your official website, antagonism thrash of dot wixsite.com
Yeah.
/ antagonism. Would you agree that these links will help the fans in getting either a copy of your CD or
Yeah.
digital copies or whatever merch you may have available?
Yep, totally. Because if you ask us to have, I don't know, you want a shirt or a patch, you just have to ask. You say where you live, and we send it. We make it for the albums, and for all the merch. We have shirts by different sizes, different colors, and we have patches, flags, and what we have. I think it's all. Yeah, flags and patches. Yeah, that's all we
That's
have.
what's
But
needed. That's great that you have that.
we,
It's really good. That's great that you
hmm?
have that. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
some bands are behind the times; they
yeah.
don't have anything yet. So it's good that you have that.
It's really
Yes,
expensive. That's the problem. If for a small band, it's hard to have a merchandising.
I know, I know. Plus, you got to sell it, and you need to go to gigs to be able to sell it at the gigs, or you have to deal with it online. And some people don't want to pay the the, the, the shipping fees because that can be pretty expensive too.
Yeah, yes, that's good, because I've a friend. Fine, he's not a friend, but he prepared my amp, and he's an old parent dude, and in the time used to take drugs and drink alcohol, really, a lot of alcohol on concerts, and then you have a child and decided to be straight edge, and then his philosophy is like, instead of drinking beers on gigs, I keep my money on, and buy the
Yeah,
merch.
I
Is
think that's a
better,
better
and
idea.
I
Yeah,
like
I
this
like
kind
that
of
idea
stuff.
because at least you have something to show for your money. Because all you do when you're drinking the beer, you're wasting the money and it pisses out right away.
Exactly. You support the
Exactly,
band.
exactly. And yeah, that's great. And I also checked out your YouTube channel, Antagonism Thrash Official, and I saw your official video for Ghoulish Mind. Very cool video. Do you plan on making any
Yeah.
other music or lyrical videos, or is that something you're going to wait on till your next release?
Yep. We plan to make other videos, but uh, we don't plan video clip, but stuff like lyrics video or live or stuff like
That's
that.
cool. And would you like to spend time talking about Ghoulish Mind and how this video was created? Give us some background behind it, where it was filmed and directed and edited, and who was responsible for this?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the creation was by Disclosure Production, and to make a quick recap, the guy was alone with his own material to make the filmmaking and the lights, etc. So he lives in Nice. We live in here, and it's at 1 hour and a half of car. So he had to go from Nice to our spot, and it's a new, yeah, it's urbex. It's an urbex spot. Then we recorded, and we started at 7 p.m. to finish at 4 a.m. the morning. I was totally died, and
Oh,
we
wow.
had to oh, the drum. We have to lift this fucking drum for like 50 meters. It's not so hard, but when you have to lift all the materials on 50 meters, it's fucking long. It begin like 5 kilometers, and wow, we ate on the place, we recorded, made everything. It's my car on the clip, and fuck, I think my car cost more than 10 clips than because she's only on the garage, but well, it's fresh.
Wow. Wow. That's a pretty interesting story there. Thank you for sharing that with us. And would you like to talk about your guitars and your gear, Dylan?
Yeah. Okay. So my gear is really old school. I mean, I play on Jackson's on stage only because it's Randy Rhoads, it's Metallica, Megadeth. I mean, every band I've listened to played Jackson, and I love the shape and the sounds. So my first guitar is the Randy Rhoads 2013
Very
Black
nice.
Stripe. I didn't touch the guitar, but I purchased a King V Elite. So it's a really raw guitar than the Silver Talon guitarists have to. She's one of the last Jackson Japan crafted, so she's really raw, and I modified the pickup so to have fresher sounds. I like when it's tight. The high mids is my love. So that's all I need for my guitar, and I'm really proud. I don't got many problems. And on my amp, I got a Marshall GCM 8000, so always on the old school stuff with this cab, Marshall. So I modified the speakers to have louder and more precise sound, and I modified the lamps. I don't know the tubes, and yeah, the Marshall. When you buy a Marshall, uh, it's like a sound really. I don't know what to explain, but it's like I don't know. It's like thrash metal and just punk. My amp was just punk, and then it's fucking thrash. And actually, I work on my pedal board, so on stage it will be really fun. Can't
Sounds like
wait.
awesome situation. Congratulations. And also, I want to congratulate you on working on your new music, and we appreciate that you're doing that, and we look forward to your next offering whenever you have it ready to be out there, and we can talk about that. The next time you have new music, we can come back and do another interview with you for Antagonism to learn all about the new release when that does happen. So, keep working on your music so we could do more interviews and talk about your music and play more of your music as well. And I want to thank you for spending time with us on Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio tonight. I believe we learned a lot more about antagonism, more than when we started. And I just want to make sure, is there anything that you would like to mention to out there? Like if you want to say anything to your fans, of course, but is there anything else that you would like to mention that we have yet to talk about? Anything that you want to get out there to the listeners?
Yeah, sure. For first, if you're from New York and you're listening to Antagonism and you share the band to your friends, or I don't know, I'm really happy of it. You have to know that in French, thrash metal is like old school shit and not old school cool
Oh,
shit.
really?
So yeah, yeah. So please continue to listen thrash to Mosh and never gave up and make thrash great again, because in France we want to thrash to break the asses to everybody who say that thrash is an old school shit, because we'll break some asses in France and maybe break your asses in America. And when we'll break your asses in America, we will be really proud. So share, continue to listen. We're proud of you, and we want to make you proud of us and always work for you. Thank you.
Thank you. And yeah, keep on thrashing and bring the thrash over here to America. We'd love to see you perform here.
Yeah, and thank you for the interview. It's really
And
fun.
we'll be doing this again, I'm sure. And I want to wish you and all antagonism a great new year. Happy holidays, great 2021, and may you have many more years to come to bring us great thrash metal. So I wish you the best of success and stay COVID free out there, and keep in touch and keep kicking asses out there.
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you. I wish you exactly the same and a happy new year to start 2021 really finally with happiness and health. And we hope to make you some presents for the last year.
All right. Sounds cool. How about we go crank up some more antagonism with music from World on Disease, and let's crank it up loud. Let's thrash the shit up.